Hey guys, how's it going? My name is ennienova, your favorite train wreck here. Welcome back to my channel. By the title, you're probably gonna be like, Annie, you just posted a video talking about why you don't date Korean guys and now this? Like, what is going on? So, today is really exciting because I'm starting a new series on my channel where I have you guys, my subscribers, message me asking me questions, advice about just life, whether it's love life or, you know, just anything you need advice from, because what I want to create here is like a community of people where when I talk about one of you guys' questions, you guys can sound off in the comments down below and give this person advice too. So I actually spoke about this, I don't remember how long ago, but like a while ago. And one of you guys actually remembered that I wanted to do this series and wrote in, and she gave me full permission to talk about this. So please listen and let's try and help her and give her some advice. Before we begin, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. If you want to submit a question, just message me on Instagram. Okay, so she says, "Hi Annie, I met my boyfriend on an app called Hello Talk. I'm gonna read it out first and then I'm gonna give my thoughts section by section, I guess. If you don't know what Hello Talk is, it's a language exchange app. I have some thoughts on that already. I was on there for language exchange, but there was just a spark between us. When you know, you know. Also, I thought, I was with my boyfriend for 1 year long distance before I left everything behind and moved to Korea to be with him back in 2020. Before I arrived, we'd only ever video chatted with each other, and when he came to pick me up from the airport, he looked a little different. Not the 6'1" he told me, more like 5'8". But it's okay since I'm not super shallow. He also ended up being older than he originally said he was. 8 years older. I managed to get a job teaching English at an elementary school just outside of Seoul, and my boyfriend has recently moved in with me as he didn't want to live with his parents anymore. He's Korean, by the way, and I'm white British. This becomes important later. Things have been off for a while, and after watching your videos about your manipulative ex, I realized I was in a toxic relationship. My boyfriend doesn't like it when I leave the house without him, and we constantly fight over the way I dress. I'm very respectful of the way people dress here. I don't show my cleavage or shoulders. He's just super conservative, I guess. He doesn't help with rent either, and currently doesn't have a job. I love him and want to support him, but he's really getting me down. These days, whenever we fight, he'll always use the fact that I'm not Korean against me, saying stuff like, all Western girls are the same, or all foreign girls are no good. At the beginning of the relationship, he actually always went out of his way to say how happy he was to be dating a British girl rather than a Korean. The thing that is really making me consider leaving him is what happened last week. I had a psycho moment and went through his phone while he was asleep. I went on his Hello Talk app, which he said he deleted after he met me, and he's been messaging girls on there. He has been for the whole entire time we've been together. One thing I noticed was that all the girls kind of looked like me. Blonde hair, blue eyes. After going through their conversations, I realized he was saying the exact same thing he would say to me when he was wanting to be sweet, like literally copy and pasted. I confronted him in the morning and he denied it all, like straight up denied it when I literally read the messages with my own eyes. He's now mad at me for even going through his phone in the first place. I want to leave the relationship, but at the same time, I'm so scared of being alone in a foreign country. What do I do? I could relate so well to this, and I feel like you guys can too when, you know, you think you want to see the best in someone and you make a huge commitment and you realize, wow, like, I've been lied to this whole time. This is not the person that I thought he was. So let's go through it bit by bit. So Hello Talk, it is meant to be a language exchange app, but people very unknowingly, mainly girls, go on there thinking that they're going to find someone to practice languages with, and it's not just for Korean people, it's people from all over the world. I used to be on there and it got to a point where I literally had to put in my bio saying like, oh, I have a boyfriend, even when I didn't, but I have a boyfriend, I'm not using this to date, I just want to learn the language, and I would still have guys like messaged me asking if I broke up with my boyfriend yet, you know? So I know when it comes to Koreans, I don't know outside of Korea, but I know in Korea, Korean guys will use that app to meet foreign girls under the guise of language exchange. So she was with her boyfriend for a year and a half, long distance, and I guess I'm assuming they both decided that she should come to Korea. I think starting off a relationship like based on lies is a very big red flag. And you know, I know guys who are like 5'11" and they'll just, you know, round it up and be like, oh, I'm 6 foot, because I probably won't notice the difference. But the fact that he lied, saying he was 6'1" and ended up being 5'8", that's a big red flag. Like, I'm not someone who's shallow either. I've dated men who are shorter than me, shorter than 5'8", and I'm 5'9". But I would have a problem with it if they lied to me about it. And the fact that he literally waited for you to meet him in person, for you to realize, like, he didn't even come forward and tell you, even though he knew you would find out. I wonder how old he said he was. So 8 years older than he originally said. So I'm assuming, seeing as she's a teacher here in Korea, you need a degree. So she's at least 22? So if he's 8, he also ended up being older than he originally said he was. 8 years older. So what I want to know is, what did he originally say how old he was, and how old is this man? So she says how she moved in with him. He doesn't want to live with his parents. Koreans living with their parents at home is very normal. However, moving in with your boyfriend or girlfriend or significant other is not really normal here unless you're married. The fact that this man, who is significantly older than you, who was living at his parents' house for free, moved into your house rent-free, who's gonna tell him? Like, he needs to provide. Like, he needs to either, I don't know, cook and clean and be the house husband, or he needs to pay the rent and bills. Like, you shouldn't have to put up with that. You shouldn't have to be the main breadwinner, especially, like, I'm sorry, but teaching jobs are not that well paid. I mean, it is a good pay if you're by yourself, but when you have to support someone else. She says things have been off for a while, and after she watched one of my videos, she realized she was in a toxic relationship. And that's the thing, like, I think when you're in that situation, you don't realize how toxic something is until someone else talks about their own experience, and then you're like, wait, I'm going through the same thing as this person. I feel like we as people, we're really good at seeing when someone else is in a toxic relationship or a situation that isn't ideal for them, but when it comes for us, our love for someone or adoration or loyalty to someone often clouds our judgment. So that's one of the reasons why I actually also want to, like, make this series, is to help other people. So if you are identifying with this story, like, maybe that's something worth exploring and thinking about and realizing, like, okay, yeah, it looks like I am in an abusive situation. My boyfriend doesn't like it when I leave the house without him, and we constantly fight over the way I dress. And she says she dresses quite conservatively, but I guess I feel like guys like that are never happy with anything. Like, you could be walking around in a turtleneck and sweatpants and he would still be like, oh my god, why can I see your ankles? I think someone has a right to express if they feel uncomfortable with the way their partner dresses, but it's all about how that is expressed. Like, if it's literally straight up like, what the fuck are you wearing, who are you trying to impress, or anything like that, then that's a red flag. But as long as it's communicated in a healthy way, like, hey, these are my feelings, this is how I feel, I would appreciate it if you wore this instead, then I guess it's like some kind of leeway. But this guy sounds like he doesn't do it very respectfully. Oh yeah, so she's saying he doesn't help with rent either, currently doesn't have a job. Why does he not have a job? These days, whenever we fight, he'll always use the fact that I'm not Korean against me. I say this to my friends all the time, my white friends. This is a thing that you will find sometimes in Korea, and especially when you are white or come from a country that you are not the racial exception, if that makes sense. Like, you blend in, so you've never experienced being fetishized or being tokenized or anything like that. And I see that a lot with white girls who don't realize they're being fetishized, and these guys just want the white girl experience or just the foreign girl experience. And the second that, you know, you do something that they don't like, they'll use the way that you are different against you. Huge red flag. Like, even just one of these red flags, I would just break things off completely. So many red flags. It's not right that he's using you being a foreigner against you when he said that that was what initially attracted him to you. You know, you can't have your cake and eat it as well. So again, I'll save my opinion for the end. The thing that's making me consider leaving him is what happened last week. So she had a psycho moment, and we've all had them. We've all had one of those moments when you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna check through his social media. I've been there, you've probably been there, we've all been there, or at least thought about it. But the thing is, when you do that, be prepared to get hurt. So I was in a similar situation where I went through one of my ex's phones and I found out like everything he'd been doing behind my back. But I knew, because guys love doing this. Guys love like just gaslighting and manipulating the situation to try and act as if you are the one in the wrong. And don't get me wrong, like, it is an invasion of privacy going through someone's phone without asking. So it's like you're both in the wrong kind of thing. So I knew, you know, if I confronted my ex about cheating and DMing other girls and stuff like that, he would turn it around and just be like, why are you looking through my phone? So I never did that, because I knew that's what would happen, what is happening in this situation right now, where he's just like denying it, trying to make her sound crazy, and then having a go at her for actually checking in the first place, like shifting the blame onto her basically. And it sounds just like he got caught and now he's trying to manipulate the situation. I want to leave the relationship, but at the same time I'm scared of being alone. I think anything is better than the situation you are right now. I would suggest maybe moving so he doesn't know where you live anymore, just having a fresh start if you can, maybe move jobs. I know it's quite easy to, if you're already in the country as a teacher, you can just move to a different school, but I guess that depends on your contract. I think the best thing is just to have a fresh start, break off all contact, spend time being with your friends, spend time just bettering yourself, maybe go to the gym, like get those endorphins going, and just keep yourself busy and try and heal from the situation, because it's not, like, he is not going to change. And I think we as women always want to be like that savior, like I can change him, he can change for me, but he's shown a pattern of behavior. He lies, he cheats, he says he wants to be with you, but then his actions don't reflect that because he's talking to other girls. You don't want to wake up one day and be like, wow, I've wasted a year, 2 years, 3 years being with this person who doesn't care about me. And you could have spent all that time being with someone that does, or you could have spent that time just being alone but being happy. That's my advice. Break up. If you don't want to do that, which I highly suggest that you do, I would say get him to at least pay rent or pay something towards the house. If he doesn't, then he can go back to his parents. Make him delete the app or the apps that he's using to talk to other girls, even though again that's not really a long-term solution. You know, he might just re-download it when the next time you're not looking. I suggest you break it off. So guys, if you would like to offer some kind of supportive message or advice, please down below, but please be respectful. this is someone's life. This is someone who's in a bad situation where they don't feel like they can get out. So let's just be supportive in the comments. If you guys want me to make this into a series, I would actually love to do that. Like, if you have any suggestions on what to call this series to, let me know. I need some good name ideas. Again, like, if you want to send me in a question where you want everyone to help you give their opinion or give you advice, DM me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram too. If you like this video, please like it, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.